Hey y'all, welcome back. This is going to be a quick video to break down what my net worth is made up of and what I'm invested in. And a few of you are in my comments of my 4-year recap video asking for this, and I was like, when I break it down, y'all are going to be like, that's it. It's so boring, okay? But I'm gonna break it down for you because you asked about it. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so I got it on my piece of paper right here. So what makes up my net worth? My checking account balances and buffers, because I do have buffers in my checking account. My emergency fund, so like my savings account, that's a part of it. My 401k. For my previous job, I was there 4 years almost. My Roth IRA, as well as my brokerage account. I have stock options and RSUs from my previous job, as well as my car. And that's it. That's it. So that's what makes up my net worth. Now let's look at the breakdown of my investment accounts. Okay, so my 401k, I'm invested in one thing. So they have it at Fidelity, and it's the Fidelity 500 index fund. And you know what an index fund is? It's just multiple like companies in one little beautiful container. And this one specifically follows all of the Fortune 500, S&P 500, not Fortune 500, the S&P 500 companies. And so that's all my 401k is invested in. And I will be moving that over to a traditional IRA. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay, what's in my Roth IRA? So one thing. So in my Roth IRA is VFFVX. And so that is a target date fund based on the year that I anticipate retiring traditionally. And so that's all that's in there. And so with target date funds, it's like a combination of stocks and bonds and all of that good stuff, international stocks, index funds within that one target date fund. And I have posts on my Instagram and we can talk about it more if you want me to, but this is just about what's in my accounts. And then last but not least, in my brokerage, I have two things in my brokerage. One, I have an index fund that follows the entire stock market, and that's VTSAX. That's it. So a lot of companies in there. I am not an individual stock girly yet. I may get into it, I may not. I don't really care. I mean, I've been doing pretty great with index funds, obviously. And then what's also in my brokerage is VTI, and that's an ETF. It does the same thing as the index fund, just the way you trade it is a little bit different, and the way to get into it is a lower cost. And so the difference between VTI and VTSAX is the minimum contribution. So for VTSAX, I believe you have to contribute $1,000. Pause. Let me go look. All right, so I lied. The minimum contribution for VTSAX, which is a index fund, is $3,000, and then ETFs, they don't have that minimum contribution. So when I started this brokerage account, I was like newly single. I did not have $3,000 to just throw in at once. And so I started with VTI. And then once I got up to that minimum amount, I got VTSAX. And the reason why, since they're the same thing, they just have different barriers of entry. The reason why I transitioned to VTSAX is that you can automate contributions to it. With ETFs, you have to literally go in and buy a certain amount, and I didn't feel like doing that anymore. So that's the only reason why I have that, and that is my entire stock portfolio, y'all. It's 4 different index funds / ETFs, and that's all. So that is what contributed to me getting to over a $200,000 net worth, just those simple things. And it doesn't have to be as hard as some of these people with microphones on Instagram make it out to be. They're selling these very expensive courses trying to say, oh, you need to do 12,000 things to be a millionaire. And I just don't believe that at all. Obviously, I'm living proof. I've started over how many times with this platform in my personal life. And so, yeah, that is the breakdown and overview of my investment portfolio. And so I hope this helps. If you have any questions or you want me to talk about anything else, just drop it down below and I will talk to you later. Bye.